Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 3 from phamok versus King Morgan. Game number 3, the best of 3.
Medium levels of iron
Um,
found. Medium
uh,
levels of iron found.
do you want to sum up both
Low
games?
levels of
Like what
carbon
happened,
found.
stuff like that?
Low levels of water
Expansive
found.
getting stock control and winning through stock control, and then expansive just steamrolling prices.
Yeah,
That's pretty
basically.
much, yeah. Although that first
High
game
levels
was
of
probably the first
aluminum
game I've
found.
ever seen a scavenger have more claims than an
Medium
expansive
levels of
player. That
water
was
found.
something special.
That's a pretty good sum up. So phamok right now, actually going to go expansive, going to go claim, going to go place onto the iron, going to go get the 2 stack of iron, going to go get the 3
Low
stack
levels of
of
silicon found.
aluminum, aka Europe. Oh, and actually going to get a steel mill. So, what do you think of this general start?
It's pretty solid, but its base is crushed in a little bit.
Levels of iron found.
um, Once he builds around where his steel is and where those iron tiles are, I don't see where else he can make things. So see him pretty. Oh, never mind. Robotic.
King Morgan with the robotic. Damn.
Yes, you're gonna see it. Statistically, he's already lost, but we'll see what happens, right?
Full
High
hardware.
levels of
Yeah.
iron found.
So I think right now, phamok is really cramped. Um. Very cramped. But then again, what do you think? Because like with the robotic adjacency bonus, with let's say, whoa, what did I want to say? Like with the iron and like steel, adjacency bonuses for the buildings, don't you not like think it's like he's a sitting duck right now, or is there anything to say?
Well, King Morgan getting two first is a big deal, first off. But as long as I think if he gets a good layout with his steel mills,
Yeah.
and but I think pirates will be a big thing in this game. The pirates are going to be huge because if he has to decide if he's going to use his adjacency bonus or not because his mines are far away, which it looks like
Uh,
he's opting to use his adjacency bonus. So we'll see. Um,
what was that? Geothermal going for 1K. Okay.
yeah, to phamok. King Morgan already claimed one, I guess, but still
Maybe contend in
interesting.
it.
Yeah, interesting to see phamok build it so early though, considering he only has one steel mill and isn't even level 2 yet.
Yeah.
Um, that was interesting. I mean, the iron's still worth a good bit, so he can try and get his level 2. But I'd have just waited, maybe just a wee bit more. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. So phamok right now, still level 1 though. Like King Morgan already level 2, already having the claim advantage. Like anything to say right there? I mean, like he's making a lot of aluminum. He's gonna, he's trying to make a steel now. Well, it's actually gonna take him a little bit of time to make that steel. But like, would you like to see like King Morgan actually get another steel mill for the adjacency bonus, something like that?
I'd like to see another one. Do you know, I never really knew how to do this actually till like I think it was Friday night, properly building the steel mills. And thanks to AJ Squared, who I think is in chat right now. But if he builds another steel mill above the other two steel mills,
Yeah.
you'll get a lot more adjacency. I think he will do it because he doesn't need the glass, and our silicon on this map is pretty similar to last game. I mean, there is a few there's I think there's not one. No, there isn't a triangle, but there's dots of it everywhere, so it's not quite as bad. But I think we'll just see King Morgan maybe upgrade, get another steel mill, a silicon quarry, and a carbon quarry.
Mm.
Might be just the way things go, and then you can start getting his electronics up at some point, either right away at 3 or at level 4.
Yeah. So right now, phamok taking the 3 stack of water and like literally bumfuck nowhere's will. So what do you think about that? Because first of all, there's only 2 ejected water tiles in this game. Is like in the bottom left, the two stacks. So like with the current water situation, do you think he should have taken that 3 stack at all?
I'd have maybe liked to see the medium, but like the shipping distance, I guess, is already pretty high for him, and he needs to turn that water into fuel, of course. I don't know. I kind of feel it's a better robotic game just because like the way the water is right now, and King Morgan won't have to care.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have to care at all. So
So
we'll see how that
so
goes.
So your thoughts are, King Morgan is just ahead because of the current water situation, how far it is away, and how little there is.
Yeah,
All right.
because he's gonna have to ship it, and then that's fuel, and then he needs to turn the fuel into. Yeah, well, he's gonna be using it, but he's gonna be selling it as well, and then. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think that King Morgan, the fact that he doesn't have to care about any of these life support goods, is going to be huge. Just as long as he manages his power and electronics don't get too insane, I think he can quite easily win. A couple claims on the black market would go a long way as well.
Yeah. So right now the auction for a geothermal going to phamok for 10,000.
It's pretty reasonable. I mean, that's 2 for phamok now. He seems to love his power.
Yeah, I
generator.
mean, well, he's actually winning with it, so why not?
Yeah.
So yeah, King Morgan, as a robot, well, you know a little bit more about robotics than me. Electronics, how? Well, he just upgraded to level 3, which is cool to see. But like electronics, what is the thing with electronics and robotic?
Well, you have to make it, right? There's never. It's hard to make profit on it in a small scenario like this. You can't exactly like make money with it, but you have to make electronics as a robotic player. There is no. Even if you just make it for a while, so you bomb it down to like $20 or whatever, fine. But it's not something you can ignore. We might see him ignore it and maybe try and make profit in life support, but it's a bit, sketchy, is that because you can't really get water really easily.
Yeah.
A mutiny on a water might go a long way though, but we'll see what he does. But for the most part, he has to make that, and then he'll decide what he's doing, I think.
So right now, I don't know, phamok getting to 3 stacks on the map, but they're like far away. They're like a screen away. The second water actually to the bottom left is actually more than a screen away. It's just 4 water, okay? Then you don't even get 4 water because your base uses water, and then you need to transition that into fuel, and then with already using so much fuel to shipping the water, I don't even think going into life support is even ideal. But then again, he needs to go into life support because he is going to make a lot of debt from it. So I think he needs to, I don't know, maybe opt in to go into slant drilling, something like that.
I guess, but like fuel isn't really worth making right now at all.
I know, but later on, like, is there...
Yeah. We can't really make anything if he's buying the water in. I think he could maybe make farms, or in fact, fuel will be worth making now because of the oxygen shortage. So it's worth making the reactors if only for that. But I just see King Morgan having much more of an advantage of like not even having to care about any of this going on. Like this is kind of phamok. I think should turn off his auto selling of his geotherms as well. That's what I want to see him do.
Yeah,
King
because he already has 2 of them.
Yeah, if King Morgan's relying on the one geotherm, like he's already taking power money in. All phamok has to do is let power get really silly for King Morgan, and then he has to deal with a lot of problems. Whereas at the moment, the King doesn't have to care about any of the life support stuff going on. He can just do his own thing, get a level 5, and then just snowball however he pleases.
So right now, King Morgan actually upgrading to level 4. Not too shabby, no, not too bad. But then again, he's not really using glass, right? So for phamok, do you think using glass to actually expand is maybe hurting him now?
Yeah, he does need to make glass right about now. Even if he just gets maybe... Because he's going to need some silicone and maybe a carbon tile or 2 for the later game anyway, perhaps. Because there is no scavenger this game, for once. Making all this carbon super cheap, so it will actually become a thing later on. But yeah, I think he kind of has to. He has to make a bit of glass, just...
Yeah.
And it would be nice as well for him to make a bit of profit off it as well. Once he gets level 5, he can just make a bit of money on something like that. Whereas the fuel and the farms right now, they're not making him that much at all.
So right now, actually, King Morgan going to go into 3 electronics. 4 electronic buildings. Do you think he wants to make some profit on this, or like is he saying okay, let's just make a 4th one so he can make just a little bit of electronics?
I think he's just gonna make, yeah, making a good bit of money on it's good. It's even better if you can bomb the price right down, and then he just doesn't have to make electronics anymore. He can make other stuff. I mean, of course, if he gets this level 5 before phamok as well, he can start selling all the excess steel at the nice price of nearly $70 right now. So he can make a bit of money on that before him, and then he could break into something else once the electronics completely drop off.
Yeah.
If he's able...
Yeah.
Sorry, no, go on. That was me just finishing.
Yeah, no, so, King Morgan actually bought pirates for 12,000 earlier. And here's the thing, right? Now he's kind of getting phamok, silicon, and water. You know, no problem with that. But here's the thing. Phamok actually going to go get the 2 stack of water in the bottom left. No, I'm just wondering, because I said before, why not just take it straight away? You know what I mean? And I think it's kind of hurting him that, you know, he could have had a lot more water with just the 2 medium ones. Then now, like, he had the 2 3-sec ones for quite a while now. But I think if he would have invested earlier into the 2 medium ones, I think he would have, you know, turned out a little bit better.
Yeah, but I think he kind of miscalculated how much water he would actually need. And how much he wants as well, because of being 80 now.
Yeah.
And you gotta remember, like, the amount the colony is going to be consuming right about now as well. Like, I think he misjudged how much he thought he would need. I'd actually like to see King Morgan block off.
Yeah, so
medium.
so right now a claim auction for 14,000 going to phamok. Yeah, please, you still want to finish?
Yeah,
Sorry.
so I'd like to see him block off the double medium for the water, but then again, that's kind of a bigger investment for King Morgan, and we see 4 electronic factories. So yeah, I think he's just going to try and bomb the electronics price. Maybe get a hacking array and short it, which no, he is doing. Yeah, he is doing.
Yeah,
He's going to try
getting
and short electronics to bits before
So
has a chance to do it.
yeah, so as you said, statistically, he should have already lost. But I think this is really, really, really going well for King Morgan right now. You know, just with the life support alone of you know, Scavenger, Scientific, and Expansive right now, like robotic. This getting the Goon Squad down on the hack array and actually catching a dynamite. But like as you said, like this is a robotic map. Like there's nothing to be said, and he's actually going to bomb away the one water out of phamok. I'd actually like to see. Oh my, sorry, the geothermal.
That's a controversial move.
Yeah, it is. But I'd okay. Here's the thing. I'd actually like to see, because phamok is, you know, just on the verge of making enough water, actually to bomb the dynamite, the bottom left 3 stack of water, because 2 things. If you would actually send out a drone, that would
take forever.
Exactly, would take forever. Second of all, if it would actually scrap it and then send out another water pump, it would also take forever. So, you know, power getting actually really high. The thing is right now that, as you said, I think King Morgan was kind of relying on that on phamok selling power, so the power is so low. Like power's right now 140, and it's still rising.
I think the kind of thing that made it go up was Morgan was consuming a lot of it, and then obviously phamok's base got to the point where 2 geos wasn't even enough to support what he was doing. So I'm not sure about dynamiting his geotherm. I don't know. I feel that's maybe a bit of a bad move. The mutiny was definitely a good one, though, to mutiny the other one.
Yeah.
But I'd have liked, because I think King Morgan's, he did still have a claim at one point there. I'd have liked to see him build another geo with it, but I'm not sure where that claim went.
By the way, what do you think about the pleasure dome now? Like right in the face of the colony.
It's making him a loss of 100 every second.
Yeah,
what I think.
Yeah, I won't go for that. Yeah. So phamok actually right now, I'm gonna get that. Actually, what is that? His 5th water claim. Ooh, and actually, phamok gonna get thinking machine. This is actually gonna help him out quite a bit.
For 5k, I think the king let that slip a little bit.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, like, I don't know, phamok right now has 5th claim into water. Water right now is still shooting up. Yeah, life support of this game has been terrible. It has been horrible. And
I was just thinking about this. Quite a lot of the colonies consuming electronics as well. I always forget about this, but they consume like everything.
Yeah.
So phamok making glass is good, but like, we're gonna see King Morgan make a stupid amount of money on these electronics in a second, and the shortage comes through, which is in like 10 seconds.
Hmm?
Oh, never mind, the mutiny.
Not really. But yeah, I don't know. If King Morgan gets this, he might have, like, he might have the power.
I'd like to see the Pleasure Dome turn into something else though, because now it's making quite a huge loss.
Yeah.
Buying it 200 now, and going for the off-world and having it not good is also a bit interesting.
By the way, any reason why the Pleasure Dome is not making too much money? Why it's not like over 100?
1v1. It also makes money based on the number of colonies and their upgrades, remember? That's why it's really viable in an 8-player game.
Oh.
When you get VR in an 8-player game,
Yeah.
it's like 400. But in this, it's not so much because there's only 2 colonies in play, so it's a lot less.
Yeah, but I like the neutral colony I meant, because it's like right in the face of it, and since it's a new patch, I thought it might be a little bit more viable.
Yeah, it adds a lot, but I think the actual player-based colonies still do add up a lot more than
Yeah,
the
it
main
does.
one does. So.
I think what the devs actually tried to make it a little bit more viable in 1v1, since the 1v1 scenario now is actually a little bit more played than before.
Yeah.
So, but hey, phamok right now actually getting an off-roll. Both players are actually 50% out to buying each other, so should be interesting. And King Morgan actually the first one to buying out phamok. So if he can actually scratch together the money, King Morgan would actually win this race. And the EMP going down from King Morgan.
I'm getting abuse from Cubit right now, actually. I forgot about this, but the robotic HQ doesn't contribute to the Pleasure Dome because they're robotic people. They don't go and party, do they? That makes
Yeah,
sense. So,
that's what
Thanks for the Cubit. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, the robotic citizens don't go and party. They keep working. So.
Yeah, these are robotics, dude.
I can't wait to see King Morgan turn all this into like solar power or something.
King Morgan is actually he's in a bit of trouble right here.
Yeah, he needs
to buy his own stock, but he doesn't have any money.
Yeah, the electronics, he's completely like, and obviously with the power as well. phamok, even though the Pleasure Dome's still going, he's still making money on power, where King Morgan is taking in 400 plus debt from it every second.
Yeah.
And that's hurting a lot. I think phamok's just nailed him now, just from the power debt.
Yeah.
The Pleasure Dome, though, the money from the Pleasure Dome this game. Yeah, see that. Yeah, now we finally see the solar panels. I was kind of hoping to see all of it, just to try and swing this around ever so slightly, but I think it's too late.
Yeah, and also the the off-road making money.
Yeah,
like one more shipment and it's gone.
Yeah, the 56k. Yeah,
Wow.
King Morgan's buried. Bye bye, King Morgan. So
Yeah.
robotic, statistically, never really wins, does it?
GG. Wow, what a game. phamok winning 2-1 in this best of 3. It looked actually really good for King Morgan in the
It
beginning.
did actually, yeah, it looked really close, but the power just at the end there, and then the only thing he could viably make money with was electronics, which he then had to transition, but by then he was already gone. So
I want to start off with actually the Pleasure Dome. Pleasure Dome only made 20,000.
how much? Yeah, but it's consuming so much power as well. Like how much?
That it doesn't tell.
It doesn't tell.
But
it'd be really cool to know how much power went into the building.
Yeah, that doesn't tell. You know what? That's something to slide by Soren. That should be awesome. So right now phamok, he bought, oh my god, 107,000 into power. Sold only 30,000. He sold a lot of water, food, and glass, and of course the 2 off-road shipments. Any thoughts on that?
No, really, it's pretty standard for expansive, isn't it? You sell life support, you sell some excess of this, and you sell glass. It's kind of this bog standard, really, isn't it? For your, I mean,
Yeah.
considering he built the 2 geos, he auto purchased a lot of power. But
Yeah.
other than that, the off-worlds did quite well for him.
Yeah, I think the off-road kind of won him the game because 111,000 is like no joke.
Especially
And-
considering how strapped for cash these 2 players were through most of the game.
Yeah. So right now, King Morgan, 113,000 bought, like auto purchased power. Damn. Um, he sold a lot of steel and electronics. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
He
damn.
sold a bit of glass at the end, like 20k worth, very, very quickly, but didn't
That
really
was not much. It was already over.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think the solar panels should have came out a bit quicker than they did because his debt by the end of that was pretty huge. But
Yeah.
I think he kind of lost later on.
But to the black market, what I actually like, phamok only spent 22,000 and 4 items in the black market, while King Morgan spent 44,000 for 8 items. Um,
It's exactly double. That's those numbers.
yeah, that's also kind of awesome to see. But yeah, like King Morgan actually utilizing the black market a little bit more, but didn't really do all too much because he was betting on electronics so hard that I felt like he got the tunnel vision, and then he's like in the end where the electronic price was like at 1, he's like, oh, wait, this is not working out.
What do I do now? And then he couldn't really do anything.
Yeah, then he couldn't really transition out of anything else. Yeah. So yeah, that was wow, kind of, it looked so good, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go electronics, go robotic with your electronics, and then it just all kind of the bubble popped and everything kind of broke down. That's about it. So guys, this was the best of 3 series from phamok versus King Morgan. Congratulations to phamok, of course, having the bragging rights over King Morgan. King Morgan, still a well-known, good overall player. Both players don't really play 1v1 too much, so kind of thought maybe pick them for 1 versus 1 since you both don't really have that experience. And you could see, they were good games for sure.
Definitely, yeah.
So guys, hope you liked the series. Leave a like button if so. You can also write a comment because Saberman, always enjoys the fan mail in the comments.
Yeah,
any plugins, anything?
No, I'll save the selling myself for today.
Okay. So guys, wish you guys a nice day. And of course, as always, peace out.
Yep, see ya.